Hello guys, welcome back to yet another video. Now today I am here with MJxTV. Please say hello.
Hello guys, MJ here. Thank you for having me back on the channel. Always a pleasure.
That's right, man. Anytime. Now it has been a while, hasn't it? It's been quite a while. I think the last time we spoke on the Frozen Particle YouTube channel was about Ribrianne, and she has been long gone. In the Tournament of Power, and today we are going to talk about, well, the Tournament of Power yet again, but in the form of Zeno and the ending of the Universe Survival arc. Now, generally speaking, I just want to get your opinion just right off the bat. How do you think the climax of this Tournament of Power is going to go, and who do you think is going to win the tournament, first and foremost?
It's tough to say, it really is, because there's many different ways they can go. People want Vegeta to win, which I would be cool with. It'd be something that we're not expecting, you know what I mean? People want Gohan to win, again, that's another unexpected one. Frieza winning could be a plot twist, and then of course you have the Pride Troopers, with Jiren and Toppo being the leads. It's hard to say who can really win this thing. I did a video on my channel talking about how Goku could possibly win because people voted on a poll, and I did the video because it won by a landslide, bro. Goku won by a landslide, so I paint the picture of how Goku could win, and I basically said they could probably play it off as an homage to the 23rd tournament where Goku finally overcomes the great obstacle, and he's back. You know, back then he was announced as the best martial artist under the heavens. Here you can say he's the best martial artist in the multiverse, you know what I mean? If they really wanted to go that route. But I don't see Goku really winning. So with Goku crossed off the list, I'm probably gonna have to say I would think Jiren wins this. I really do. I mean, I'm not too sure if Jiren would technically yeah, I'll say it. I think Jiren's gonna beat Goku. I think he's gonna mollywop him. I think in the second fight, in the rematch, it'll be closer, but I feel like we haven't seen all of Jiren's tricks yet, if you will. But I think he's probably gonna win this.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. I don't think Goku has a chance, to be honest. Like, at all. Like, I don't care if Ultra Instinct ascends to, like whatever power. Like, I don't care. Jiren, I think, will take the W in the Tournament of Power. And that sort of leads me to my second point of discussion here, is basically, let's say Jiren will win this Tournament of Power, and I'm pretty confident that he will, because Dragon Ball Super has always been about Goku being humbled in terms of his power and strength. We saw this in the Battle of Gods arc with Beerus and the sense of God Ki. He's been humbled throughout this arc. So with Battle of Gods, Goku was humbled by Beerus. In the Golden Frieza arc, he was humbled by the Golden form, and it just goes on, as to where now he will probably be humbled by Jiren's.
Wait, sorry to cut you off, but I just gotta say, so are you saying in the Future Trunks arc he was humbled by himself?
That is correct, yes. He was humbled by himself. And
well, he fought Goku back, bro. That was basically him, a mirror image.
Like, but yeah, like, in the Tournament of Power, I believe Jiren will, you know, just destroy Goku. And that leads us to the second point of discussion, is that we all know that the winner of the Tournament of Power will be granted the Super Dragon Ball Wish. Now, what do you think Jiren, considering, you know, if he wins, what do you think he'll wish for?
I don't really know what he could wish for. I mean, the manga has hinted. I mean, the anime gave us a hint too, but the manga is really hammering down that whatever his wish is, it's pretty darn important to the fact that people are actually wondering, is it a lost loved one? Did he lose a child? Did he lose, like, you know, comrades in battle? Like, what is it? Because the wish is very, very important to him, to the point to where he actually was not going to enter the Universal Tournament because he did not want to be involved with the erasure of the universes. He saw that as being evil. But as soon as Vermouth mentioned the wish and that he can get his wish, he was like, oh yeah, I'll join, man. Whoa, okay, let's take the next right. Where do we go? Where's the tournament at again? You know what I mean? So it's like, they can definitely do this and create this extravagant and deep wish that gives this, incredible backstory and lore into, what Jiren is. I don't think they're going to do that. I think he's just going to push back the other universes. I don't think they're going to do that, because in Toei's mind, or in Toriyama's mind, that could be the little bit of character development that we get from Jiren, because a lot of people are saying there's really no personality there. I think there's some. I see him as being arrogant, he's like the quiet type like Hit, but there's differences there. Hit kind of respects Goku and Vegeta, whereas Jiren seems to look down on them because he's just so cocky and strong. So I can definitely see that little character development for him being that he puts aside his wish and he's not selfish and he wishes back to fallen universes. I'm not too sure how I feel about that, but that's definitely a route I can see them going, because it is different from Goku just winning the tournament and wishing back everybody,
Yeah, I mean, like, having said that, when Jiren was like, I'm not going to participate, the erasure of universes, all of that stuff. When the Super Dragon Ball wish is brought to play, Jiren could be like, I can just wish back all the universes and, I can just win against everybody, bring back the other universes, and everything will be all good. So I can definitely see that happening in Dragon Ball Super. I don't think Jiren will wish for justice to be fulfilled in his universe. I don't think that to be the case at all, because Jiren, as you said, seems to be like a cocky guy. He really seems to be arrogant, unlike Hit or Goku. More Goku can be at some points, and also Hit, but Jiren's main personality trait seems to be very cocky, very arrogant, and I think he's that to the case of him not wanting to make a wish, so everything is all in the name of justice in his universe. I don't think he wants to have justice in his universe by the Super Dragon Ball wish, as he wants to do it on his own. I think that is going to be the case with Jiren, so he's just going to bring back all of the other universes, or at least Universe 7, as I think that before Universe 11 wins the Tournament of Power, and I've said this in other videos in the past and on Twitter and stuff, that I think that Universe 11 is going to win, but before that happens, Goku is going to prove to Jiren and Toppo that he is a good person, because as we saw in the Zen Exposition match, Toppo didn't like Goku because he thought he was an evildoer, so it would be a cool plot twist if Goku actually maybe this, might get everyone, that like Frieza tries to kill Jiren or something crazy like that, and then Goku intervenes, knocking Frieza out of the Tournament of Power, and then Goku proves to Toppo and Jiren that he is a good guy. So when it comes to Jiren winning, taking the Super Dragon Ball wish, and doing all that stuff, he actually, in the name of justice, and for, apologizing, basically an act of apology for wronging Goku, he wishes back Universe 7, and that is it. Now, the final discussion point that I want to lean towards is Zeno's involvement in the Tournament of Power. Now, we've both seen Dragon Ball Super episode 120. I need to go back and rewatch it fully to understand, what's going on, so I can make my review and breakdown later in the week. But anyway, throughout Dragon Ball Super episode 120, in the beginning specifically, Zeno is kind of upset that the Tournament of Power is almost over, and that kind of reflects the audience in a way. Like, yeah, I get we want to see Goku vs. Jiren and all of that stuff, but it's kind of, a bummer to see this arc coming to a close, and, Zeno represents that in the form of, him reacting in episode 120. But having said that, Zeno could just be like, I'm bored now after the Tournament of Power, since all of the universes are erased except for like Universe 11 or Universe 7, depending on who wins. Zeno could just be like, I'm bored now, can we just revive all the universes? And the Grand Priest could just like rewind time or whatever, and then all the universes can come back that way. And then maybe Zeno can be like, let's have a Tournament of Power every 100 years or so, or every 1,000 years or so. And that way, there could be always, room for different Dragon Ball stories in like the far future, and with the Saiyan heritage and all of that dating back to the, far, far past, we could have a lot of Dragon Ball content in the far, far future and far, far past later down the track. So what do you think about Zeno's involvement in the Tournament of Power ending, and how that can contribute to the future of Super?
No, I completely agree, and that's actually a good idea because it's a twist. Everyone's expecting Zeno to be evil, or the future Zeno's evil, or Zamasu took over the future Zeno, right? Stuff like that. People are expecting some weird, crazy plot twist like that, but it would be cool if they actually just do bring back the universes and adds a bit of character, because I was telling you off air before we recorded this really wasn't hammered down in the anime. Maybe it was there, but maybe it wasn't hammered down as much. But in the manga, there's a specific scene where they mention that the other universes are not growing in their mortal level, and Zeno's like, okay, let's get rid of him. He was about to wipe them all out immediately, and then Goku happened to show up, and that's what started the whole Tournament of Power discussion. So with the fact that he was about to destroy all these universes on a whim, the idea that he saw these universes, saw the characters, saw the fruit of them, saw their, I guess, them willing to survive, and he sees the progression of mortals in that light, and kind of says, you know what, okay, let me bring these back, and you know what, let's have fun, let's do another Tournament of Power, in so many years, and yay, let's see if we can get some stronger characters, yay, let's actually have these guys progress and move on with their lives, and let's see what happens in so many years. That's cool. I think that would actually be kind of cool, and that would be better in my opinion, and actually give Zeno some character development, kind of get him from that kid role into kind of a grown-up role, have him see the world similar to how we do and how the Grand Priest does, kind of actually have him grow up. And I think this Tournament of Power would be kind of cool in that aspect. Interesting dynamic, you know what I mean? It may not amount to much storyline wise, but the idea that the Tournament of Power actually helped the Zenos grow and become more mature, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I would love to see a Zeno puberty arc in the future. Toei, could you please make that happen? But no, I agree. Like, Zeno, in a sense, he's kind of one of the audience members that are tuning into Dragon Ball Super every week. Like I said in my audience surrogate video, Zeno, when he's like performing like the attacks that let's say Ribrianne or like Jiren does, like he's sort of reenacting those little movements there, that's kind of the same as like, people making memes and GIFs and like all of that stuff and making fan art of like the Dragon Ball Super iconic moments. So yeah, I can imagine like Zeno sort of growing up and having some responsibility. Like I can totally see that, and having sort of the Tournament of Power be be sort of a regulated thing. And also, just to spin off into another direction, I can see Zeno taking responsibility and bringing back Universe 6 after sort of Beerus pleads, can you please bring back my brother? Because and when it really comes down to it, I think that Beerus does mourn the loss of Sharpa's brother, even though we didn't see that in episode 119 at all, and it was kind of brushed to the side. I think that can rework its, way back into the story, because Beerus can be like, please, could you bring back my brother? And then Zeno could be like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. You guys made, the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament, which spawned off into the Tournament of Power later on, as Zeno was inspired to do another tournament, and Son Goku, was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So Zeno could be like, let me revive Universe 6 only if you and Shampa can do more tournaments and do all of that stuff. And then Zeno brings back Universe 6, and from there, the only universes that need to exist, like need to exist, are Universe 7, Universe 6, and Universe 11 for brand new stories, and also the universes that didn't participate in the Tournament of Power. They still exist, so there's plenty of story opportunity, even if most of the universes in the Tournament of Power are just erased for good. There's still a lot of story possibilities there, and yeah, I think that's basically it. Do you have any final points, MJ?
No, I mean, I like that a lot. Connecting Beerus and Champa and connecting the last tournament with this tournament arc. That's kind of cool. I would actually appreciate that. Add some continuity and some consistency within these two arcs.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, please make sure to subscribe to MJxTV. He creates, like, wonderful Dragon Ball content. Like, you will not be disappointed. Every video that we mentioned, you know, whether it's on his channel or my channel, will be linked down below for your viewing pleasure. So, yeah, I guess just binge watch, I guess. You know, that would be fantastic. MJ makes great content. You should really go check him out. Great power scaling videos, just general super discussions, really insightful stuff. But that's going to do it for us. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you later.